Welcome to Kalamata, home of olives and the Greek Revolution. Kalamata is the second largest city in the Peloponnese, and this is a stark difference from everywhere else we've been so far on this trip because it is lively. And if you're looking to park in Kalamata, beware, parking was a little bit tricky to find. We're here in the city square right now where everything is happening. So many restaurants, so many shops, and so many statues. And a lot of these statues relate back to the Greek revolutionaries. This was the first Greek city to be liberated from Ottoman rule on March 23rd, 1821. This has just been a quick stop for us, just a one-nighter, so we haven't gotten up to too much, but the things we have gotten up to involve the olives, of course, because Kalamata Olives.
We stopped at Venus Olive Oil. It was really good. They give you samples of the Kalamata olives and the olive oil, and the olive oil was amazing, very buttery.
Best olive oil we both have ever had in our lives, and we've tried quite a few olive oils.
And we got a 3-liter tin of it, and they pour it right there from the vat.
And we saw one of the oldest olive trees, at least here in the Peloponnese that I know of. I see discrepancies online. Some people say it is 700 years old, and some people say all the way up to like 2,000 years old. So I would say, you know, it's roughly somewhere over 1,000 years old, and that's one heck of a old olive tree.
If you love olives, you need to stop here.
Yes. And now we're gonna get a bite to eat, and then we're gonna check out the castle here in Kalamata. For dinner that night, we got an incredible spread at a local spot. The first thing we got was this type of spread they have in the Peloponnese. It's a spicy feta spread, and it was so creamy, cold, and delicious on bread. We also got a traditional Greek salad that had all the freshest ingredients on it, including that special Kalamata olives and olive oil. And lastly, we got a huge piece of moussaka. This was definitely great value and the biggest piece of moussaka we had while in Greece. And Matt hadn't had any ouzo yet, so he had some ouzo to finish off his meal. One thing that cannot be missed in Kalamata, and something we especially loved, is the colorful murals. So whenever you're in Kalamata, be sure to look around, look on buildings, and see if you can find some of these murals. In fact, the city is home to a mural that was named the world's best mural of 2025. We're watching some kitty beef go down right now. One kitty, 2 kitty, 3 kitty, 4 kitty, and 5 kitty, 6 kitty. So many cats. Oh no, and then 7, 8 kitty. Yeah, it's sleeping. So we had dinner, and it was amazing. It was a very much local place. I believe it dates back to 1924, so it's been open for like 100 years, and it was pretty much, this is what I have, set menu, and we got it, and it was all delicious and very tasty. We tried spicy feta, and we had another moussaka, and it was a huge slice of moussaka at an amazing price, and a Greek salad. But anyway, we walked all the way up to the Kalamata Castle. Sadly, at this time it is now closed, so we cannot go in it, but if you're here in Kalamata, make sure to check out the Kalamata Castle if it's open while you're here. And then we went back down into the city to see some of Kalamata's churches bathed in golden hour sunlight. They were beautiful. And that is sadly a wrap on Kalamata. It was just a quick visit for us, and it left an impression with its deep-rooted history, lively atmosphere, and even access to the Mediterranean waterfront. Kalamata is one of the Peloponnese's most charming cities you should check out if you're in the area. We hope you enjoyed our quick visit to Kalamata. This is not the end of our time in the Peloponnese though, so in the next video we'll be exploring some of the most scenic Peloponnese coastal towns and one of the coolest and most impressive ancient sites we've seen yet. We hope to catch you there. See you next time.